The last couple of years, the Center for Disease Control has developed a set of risk factors that really put kids at risk for violent behavior. Um, One is individual risk. Individual risk means that these are things that only you can control, person. So either you've had a history of violence, or you've been a victim of violence. Attention deficit hyperactivity disorders, like you have a hard time focusing, you're easily distracted. Um, your early aggression, involvement with drugs, alcohol, cigarettes, any of that. Um, a low IQ, kids who don't learn as quickly as other kids. We have to look at that as a risk factor. Poor behavior control. Stress, like you just got a lot of stress going on, you got a lot of stuff going on at home. History of emotional problems, antisocial beliefs, um, exposure to violence and conflict in the family. So generally how you watch your family resolve issues is kind of how you're going to resolve issues too. Poor monitoring and supervision. Like if nobody's at home watching you, setting good boundaries for you, you tend to be at risk. Um, peer peer factors. You associate with delinquent peers. You involve yourself in gang activity. Social rejection from peers. Lack of involvement in activities. Poor academic performances is major contributor, and low commitment to the school, like you're failing your classes, like that's a contributor too. Community issues, no level of community participation. You're disorganized in your neighborhoods.
If we go to like a good school, like Capital City, see Capital City, it's not really like a whole rack of gangs and things in this school, so it singles us away from the negative stuff and brings us more like towards academics and things. But if you go to like a different school that has like more of the gangs and all the negative things instead of like the education and what you should be there for. So,
That is major. A positive school environment is major, because you spend most of your time out the year right here with us. You spend about 8 hours a year. Your whole day is spent here at school. So your whole life, our whole life is spent here with you too. So we have to make sure that you're in a positive environment, that you're learning. So that's an excellent point that you make. We really work hard on trying to make sure that you're trying to make sure that kids are in a positive and safe environment. That definitely is a protective factor. Your ability to problem solve, all those are protective factors as well. Um, you have outings with your family, you have shared activities, you have a positive peer group. All those are good protective factors for keeping violence at a minimum. Compassionate. When we see other people who are quite not like us, we're going to be caring, we're going to be kind. Are we going to contribute positively to our community? Do we have the courage to stand up for what is right all the time? So not saying that we're going to be perfect, but these are some things that we're going to that we use to help shape how we feel and think about each other.
what message do you have for teens to prevent like violence in your neighborhood or through school? Like, what would you say to them? Like, if you had one thing to say, what would you say? Like, to like change their opinion about what they do.
Think.
Yeah. Think.
Yeah, that's one word.
Think before you do.
Yeah. Think about the long term consequences of your behavior. Because everything we do has a rippling effect of it kind of carries on. So we always have to be able to think first. That's just my main think first. Yeah.
That's a good one. Okay, Ms. Jordan, for giving us your time to talk about what you do to help prevent youth violence.
No problem. You're welcome. Thank you for asking me. Thank you, Yancy.